So right off the bat, I'll tell you that no, this video does not utilize GD Native, even though in theory it would be pretty much perfect for this kind of application. However, try as I might, and oh lord have I tried, I cannot for the life of me get GD Native to compile and work properly on my computer. I must have tried 5 or so times over like 9 months, or basically since GD Native was released, or Godot 3, and none of them have worked properly. So in light of this, we're just going to do the recompile the engine method, which is tried and true for Godot 2 as well. Things will be a little bit different. If you're using Godot 2, just use Godot 3. This is probably not going to be that inaccurate. You might have to tweak a few things using different branches of the GitHub stuff. But yeah, anyway, point is, I managed to cook up a process which makes this relatively painless. This includes the export templates, which at the time of recording is Godot 3.06, Steam SDK 1.42, and it works flawlessly, even when cross-compiling, which is something I had a big issue with Godot 2. Somehow it cross-compiles lovely, and it works perfectly, and that's all I have scripted. So right now we are in the wild. I wrote some bullet points. The first thing you're going to want to do is get Godot 3.06 stable, and you can get this from the Godot engine GitHub page. You go to the main GitHub repo, go to releases, and then it should show up here. You might have to scroll down if you're watching this way in the future, but if you're watching this way in the future, hopefully GD Native works and you don't have to follow this tutorial. Anyway, the point is, get this, you download it, zip or tar, whatever it is, extract that somewhere. You also need Godot Steam by Gramps, who is a lovely fellow, lives in Texas apparently. Anyway, yeah, he has done this Godot Steam stuff, which is basically, you know, writing all the bindings and stuff so that you can use the Steam API, the Steam SDK, from within Godot, and that's super valuable for this. There is a GD Native, here it is, GD Native branch, but again, I can't make it work, and honestly, it's not Gramps' fault. I can't make the GD Native modules work on their own, like the things that you need before you even start importing the third-party modules. But anyway, yeah, make sure you're on the Godot 3 branch. Then you just have to, I suppose, is there a release here? Well, you could probably download this too, honestly, just the source code for Godot Steam. That would be safe if you're living on the wild side or you want, you know, the nice things that might come with the newest build. Chances are it isn't going to change that much. I'm pretty sure the last commit was mine, which was not this. It was, where was it? Let me find it. I have to find it now. Here it is. So this is the latest thing, pull request, and I did that. Ha 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 ha. What was I saying? I need a script, otherwise I get horribly distracted. Okay, so what I'm saying, you download this. Either clone the Godot 3 branch, just download as a zip here, make sure you got the branch selected, all that good stuff. Then you need the Steam SDK, which you have to have a partner account to do. And I should have this here. I've already got it installed. And basically what you're going to want to do is follow the instructions, which are actually given to you in the README file, or even here, I'm pretty sure. It looks complicated because it's doing it for all different platforms and it's really verbose, but ultimately this is some very simple stuff. What you have to do, you have to move the public and redistributable bin or redistributable binary folders. Control C, copy. That's easy. Copy and paste those into your Godot Steam thing. So what I've done here, I've got Godot 3.0, and under modules I have this folder called Godot Steam. And so I'll just click here. I've already got a lot of this set up. Under SDK, just paste it. I've already pasted it, hence why they're already here. And you can see there's a helpful file called put SDK here. But this is basically how your files should look. You should have Godot 3 inside the modules folder. You should have Godot Steam inside Godot Steam. You should have SDK and these two things. It shows you this stuff. So yeah, very easy. Follow the tutorial on here, and then all you do, I'm going to open a terminal in here. Actually, I'm going to do it here, open a terminal. Come on, let me do that correctly this time. And you just need to run scons platform equals x11 if you're using Windows. If you're not using Windows, then do Windows, I think it's Windows. x11 target equals release debug, and you can have this J4 on the end if you want to use multiprocessing to speed up the compile times. And that does make a big difference, so I would highly recommend it, because without that it takes absolutely forever. With the J4 command, it tends to only take maybe 15 minutes. So I would, if I were you, go for that. And that's pretty much it. Oh God, that's pretty much it. That's all you need to compile the engine. However, you do need the export templates. Unfortunately, that's very similar. It's not very complicated. You've already got everything set up. You just do platform equals x11 if you want like Linux export templates. So if you want to export to Linux, or you can use Windows if you want to export to Windows. Then you add this tools equals no, and what that does, it's a bit strange, but tools equals no, actually it means that it will not generate a binary file which has the tools. It's yeah, it is kind of hard to explain. The point is that the tools are the editor. If you put tools equals no, then it means not the editor, which is the export templates. And then you add target equals release, that is for your normal one, or release debug, which is for the debug mode. If you've ever tried exporting something in Godot, this is a video I can show you right now. I know I want to try and reduce the amount of empty space here. If I show you my lovely video game, which will hopefully load soon, it doesn't really matter. I just want to show you the export menu so I can demonstrate what release and release debug means. Okay, export. You see here I go to Linux, and well, I've got these custom binaries set up, but you can see there's the debug option here. Export with debug. When that's on, that refers to your release debug template. Off, this is just release. And you can see I have files. This is my generated export template file, which I used this command. I also you need to specify bits, which helps. Oop, God, that's okay. It's going off the edge a bit. You need to specify the bits, which helps a little. But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. So you just point to these files in this little bit here. Same above. The release one is just the same, but it doesn't have that debug bit there, if you can see. And another thing, if you are cross-compiling for Windows, I know this is a very niche issue. This is really only concerning people who are exporting for Windows from a Linux machine like myself. Then you might require MinGW W64. And this package has a slightly different name on different distros, so check the compiling for Windows bit. You can see I got this up already. Here it is. So here it is MinGW W64 GCC. Here it's just nice and simple. Fedora, it's this stuff. It varies a bit, and all you should do these bits too. And this is a bit confusing. I have had to do this one time, but I think I can't really remember it. It's pretty self-explanatory though. You just run these commands for 32-bit or 64-bit and choose whichever one it tells you to choose, and then you run the command, because sometimes it won't like you. If you run the command without having done that, it won't build the Windows export templates. And that's pretty much it. That's how you do it. I think I did a tutorial on this once before, but it was kind of bad and awkward and also outdated. So this one is for Godot 3. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more tutorials, I guess, maybe, if you want them. What do you want tutorials on? Tell me. And goodbye.